Good day, everyone. Welcome to Amless TV. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you and God bless you. This to inform you all about what is going on in America concerning the coronavirus disease killing and infecting more African Americans than the whites. Democratic lawmakers and community leaders in cities hard hit by the pandemic have been sounding the alarm over what they see as a disturbing trend of the coronavirus killing African Americans at a higher rate, along with a lack of overall information about the race of victims as the nation's death toll mounts. Among the cities where black residents have been hard hit, New York, Detroit, New Orleans, Chicago, and Milwaukee. Of the victims whose demographic data was publicly shared by officials, nearly 3,300 of the nation's 13,000 deaths thus far, about 42% were blacks. According to an Associated Press analysis, African Americans account for roughly 21% of the total population in the areas covered by the analysis. A history of systematic racism and inequities in access to healthcare and economic opportunities have made many African Americans far more vulnerable to the virus. Black adults suffer from more higher rates of obesity, diabetes, and asthma, which make them more susceptible and are more likely to be uninsured. There are also often reports that the medical professionals take their ailments less seriously when they seek treatment. The rate at which black people are dying compared to whites is really just astounding, said Courtney Cockburn. For instance, Louisiana tracked demographic data in 512 deaths and found 70% of victims were black, despite African Americans comprising just 32% of the state population. In Michigan, more than half of the deaths where race data collected were black residents. The state's population is just 17% black. Illinois' population is 17% Hispanic and 14% blacks. Yet, as of Monday, 63% of its caseload of more than 9,000 COVID-19 cases with Russia data recorded were people of color, and at least 40% of the state's 307 victims were black. Zip code data in New York City released last week showed that black, brown, and immigrant communities are disproportionately represented among the diagnosed virus cases and deaths. On Wednesday, the Department of Health released Russia data showing 27.5% of the victims whose race data is known are black. Black people are only about 22% of the population. In Chicago, which is 30% black, Black Americans account for 70% of all coronavirus cases in the city and more than half of the state's deaths. Detroit, which is almost 80% black, has most concentrated COVID-19 cases in the state of Michigan. The death rate in the city amounts for 40% of overall deaths in the state. African Americans face a higher risk of exposure to the virus, mostly on account of concentrating in urban areas and working in essential industries. Only 20% of black workers responded being eligible to work from home, compared with about 30% of their white counterparts, according to the Economic Policy Institute. The virus has killed a higher number of other black men because of this, though there have also been outbreaks among women and young African Americans in the South. Meanwhile, experts also point to initial research showing a higher prevalence of COVID-19 among those suffering from obesity, high blood pressure, and diabetes, risk factors more common among black Americans. The virus is known to take a harsher toll on those with underlying health issues, and many hospitals are only testing those admitted for critical conditions. African Americans are twice as likely to lack health insurance compared with their white counterparts, and more likely to live in medically undeserved areas where primary care is scarce or expensive. The coronavirus is killing black and Latino people in New York City at twice the rate that is killing white people, according to preliminary data released on Wednesday by the city. This disparity reflected long-standing and persistent economic inequality and differences in access to healthcare, major being the black, so said on Wednesday morning. The preliminary death rate for Hispanic people in the city is about 22 people per 100,000 rate. For black people is 20 per 100,000 rate. For white people is 10 per 100,000 rate. For the Asian people is 8 per 100,000. The rate adjusted for the size around age of the population. Coronavirus deaths per 100,000 people: Hispanic 22.8%, Black 19.8%, White 10.2%, Asian 8.4%. While in America, 378 infected cases and 32,026 recovered, while 20,601 people have died. While the death rate plus 70% were Black African American. So let me use this medium to inform and remind the President of the United States, President Donald Trump, that he should please address this particular issue, because it's unfair for discriminating people while treating this COVID-19 disease, because this disease is not the fault of the black, not the fault of the white, not the fault of the Hispanic. You all know the condition and the situation of African Americans in United States of America. Many of them are not working. Many doesn't have job. Many are even sleeping under the bridge. They are the poorest population in America under the nose of President Donald Trump. Please, I am asking you that you have to please address this issue and let the healthcare system provide things that they need so that they can treat each and everybody. Because we are all equal, being you black or white, being you rich or poor. It doesn't have to be discriminate while treating in this kind of pandemic time. Please, never you allow the black people to die mercilessly. If you do, only God in heaven will judge you. If you discriminate while saving lives, it's only God in heaven will judge you all. Please, I am begging and I am asking you all to stand up. Make sure you share this video. Share this message. Stand up and voice for African Americans in America at this time of pandemic, because African Americans are dying. They are dying. Listen to one of our brother from America. He will tell you how it's working there. Everything. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.
This is not a test. This is not a test. This is a real life or death state of emergency. I'm calling out to the African American community to give you some facts. We are in a life or death state of emergency. 1 out of 10 Americans are black. 1 out of 2 of the corona fatalities are black. We are in trouble, my people. We have to come together. We have to communicate. They're not going to give us any time on the news. They're not going to come up with the solutions for us. We have to come up with our own solutions. Check this out, okay? In Illinois, out of 15%, 42% is African American. In Louisiana, African American. In Michigan, 41% African American. Out of 16,000 deaths, 8,000 of them are African American. So tonight I put together an incredible panel. Dr. Jess, Big Sean, Charles Lowe, Toya Cantrell, Al Sharpton. This is the mayor of Louisiana getting hit the hardest. My brother Meek Mill, Ayanna Presley. Van Jones is gonna help me moderate because it's not my full-time job. I like to call her AOC, okay? Aaron Petru, he's an economist. He's gonna show us how to get to that bag. Got a $2 trillion stimulus package. We want our fair share. Royce the 5'9", Killer Mike, Angela Rye, Robbie and Corday, Camara Jones, my brother Fat Joe, Reverend Al Sharpton. Let's go. Tonight on Revolt, Revolt's YouTube, you can watch from your phone, you can watch if you're at home. So look at it as a mandatory family meeting that everybody must show up to, okay? We're going to be talking about the current state of our health issues and the coronavirus. We're going to be talking about the stimulus package, the economy, and how we get our fair share of the $2 trillion. And we're going to be talking about what's going on in the prison systems, which account for over 50%. Black and Latinos account for over 50% of the prison population. And it's going down. It's going down. We're getting killed off. This is not a test. Tune in tonight to Revolt, 11 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. This is the new 11 o'clock news, the black news, okay? That y'all need to listen to. We only get 2 minutes on the other news. 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Everybody spread the word, spread the word. As y'all can see, I'm just real passionate right now because it's alarming. And it's alarming that we're not alone. Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. This is a life or death situation. I see y'all tonight on